So I want to start off this video acknowledging that I just posted a video about me telling my husband that I was pregnant. And I really wanted that video to just live on its own, be happy, and be what it was in the moment. Because what ended up happening was I had a miscarriage, and I've had time to process that. It's now been about a year and a half since that happened. At the time, it really crushed me. It was painful emotionally, painful physically. I was really afraid. I was afraid that I might die you know, from the miscarriage because that can happen. And I just want to acknowledge that that did happen. And I have, a happy ending to all that. But I guess I want that experience of us finding out that we were pregnant to live on its own. So if you want to watch that video, I do have that. I'll put it right up here. But I think that it's good to acknowledge the the good and the bad, the happy moments and the sad. And I just want to say that I did get through that, and it will always matter to me. It will always be a part of my story and a part of my life. But after a lot of time and getting pregnant again and having the baby, um, I'm able to just really focus on the beautiful things in life, um, and how there's just these highs and lows. So if you are in the middle of dealing with that hard experience, I am very, very sorry. My heart goes out to you, and I guess I want to give hope that it might have a happy ending after all. I know it's not the same for everyone, but I just want to share my experience. And in my experience, first of all, I had a miscarriage, which is basically you still have to go and take the medicine to have the miscarriage. I joined a bunch of groups that other women that were going through the same experience, and that really helped. Some of it scared me a little bit more. And the medicine I took the first time, I thought it did its trick. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I go back to the doctor and they said, no, sorry, it didn't take. So then I had to do it again. And I felt really, what's the word? Naive, just really smug or something. Kind of like, oh, I went through it. It's not as bad as everybody says. And it's because it didn't take. So the second time I did it, it was a lot harder. Um, I don't remember the details really. I know in the moment I was just very, very caught up with it. It was all consuming. It was just, I couldn't think about anything else. And so I just want to acknowledge that it's really a hard thing. And apparently a lot of women go through it, and a lot of women don't talk about it. So I just wanted to say that that happened and I survived. And the doctor said I might have a very healthy pregnancy the next time, that there's no reason that it would happen again. And I know that's not the story for everyone. So I'm not trying to discredit anyone going through a different experience. But I just want to say that for me, in my experience, that I did. I got pregnant. Let's see, the miscarriage was in October. It was only 6 or 7 weeks. I think it was supposed to be 7 weeks, but the baby had stopped growing at 6 weeks, which is apparently a very common time. And I feel like the body and like the baby's body and my body knew that something was wrong and something wasn't going to work out. And that I think that that's why it happens to so many women at that time period, that first couple of weeks, is it's just kind of testing out. Is this going to be a viable pregnancy? Is this going to work out? And it just wasn't meant to be. So then that was October. And then in January of the next year, I found out I was pregnant again. I thought I was pregnant because it felt the same. I felt this pinching feeling on my left hand uterus, which they said wasn't because I was pregnant, that there was the egg coming out of whichever side and things like that. Maybe it's just, I've only felt it when I'm pregnant. So I think that the nausea, the tiredness, all these things, they're what made me know I was pregnant again. But I didn't know no. I didn't have the test yet. So the way that I found out, the first time, I was so like I had a cute little way of telling him, and I did an elaborate thing of like emptying a real egg so that I could put a little note in there so that Ben could find it. And it was elaborate, and I had a present for him, and I it was just I filmed it, and it was this whole thing. And this time, I guess I felt like I didn't want to do all that. And I love that this one was very intimate. So what happened was we went to San Antonio, last minute trip. We were living in Austin at the time, and we were like, "Hey, let's just go for the weekend. Let's just go have fun." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, let's do it." And I took the test with me, and we were in the hotel room the very next morning. Um, and I couldn't wait. I was like, I need to take the test. You know how you're supposed to take the test in the morning, first thing. So I took the test. I thought it would take longer than it did to tell me the results. You know how some of them take a little, like 5 minutes, and some of them, like, I mean, I did get a rapid test result one, so I should have known. But I, I took it and I looked down, and it was just so quick, saying yes, saying yes that I was pregnant. And then Ben was still asleep, so I just couldn't even like. I was like, how am I supposed to keep this a secret? So I crawled back in bed, and I was like, "Are you are you still asleep?" He's like, "Kind of." He's just like half awake, half asleep. And he's like, "Do you have good news?" Because I think he knew that I was gonna do it. And I was like, "I do." And I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't even know how to say it. I don't know how to, like, do I wait? Do I tell him? But because I mean, it was kind of like the obvious, like, even though I hadn't said it, I had said it. So we started to wake up, and we just celebrated. We were so happy. And also, because we'd gone through that experience the first time, I think we were much more, what's the word? Because we had gone through the first time experience of it not working out, we were a little bit more cautious. We weren't as sweetly naive and just purely happy, a little bit more, well, I hope it works out, or, like, it's kind of the like, let me cross my fingers kind of feeling. So we were happy, and there was just this little like, it was a feeling of I didn't want to get too happy because what if it doesn't work out? It's the worst when you're just nervous and unsure. And I feel like I wasn't as nervous and unsure the first time, because I didn't know to be. I didn't know how common it was. But I was just so happy. I was like, how do I want to express this somehow. So I wrote it on the window. The way that the weather had worked out, the windows had like steamed up. So I just like wrote into the steam that we were gonna have a baby. And I can only imagine the cleaners afterwards when we left the hotel were probably like, whoa, what happened in here? But um, I really love that that experience was so intimate and so private, and we didn't film it, and we just appreciated the experience. If I'm looking off to the right, it's because I'm looking at that baby that we found out about on the monitor. He's napping right now, so I have the classic mom guilt that I'm not with him right now. I'm like, okay, he's okay. He's napping. I got him on the monitor. It's all right. Um, I do remember someone said to me that in all the stages of pregnancy and in having the baby and as they grow up, that basically you're going to worry the whole time. You're going to find something to worry about. When you're pregnant, it's like, oh, is this going to work out? Or, oh, when I do go to have birth and birth this baby into the world, is it going to work out? You worry the first several months of like about terrible things happening to them, and you're just constantly checking, are they breathing? And then he's not crawling yet, but once he does, I'm gonna be like, what's he gonna eat, bump into, fall on? Like, what's gonna happen? So I'm trying very hard to not worry. But that has been my experience so far of I worried through the whole pregnancy thinking something would go wrong, and it didn't. It actually ended up being a really good pregnancy. Um, Part of me feels silly for worrying so much, but that's 2020 hindsight, right? Yeah. So we found out we were pregnant and we had a wonderful pregnancy, a wonderful birth, and he is now, I can't even believe it. He is turning 7 months old. I mean, okay, he just turned 7 months old. Um, I can't believe it. Everybody told me it goes so fast. I get it now. I thought I understood what they were trying to say, but now that I've actually gone through it and experienced it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it really does. It really goes through so fast. So this channel, I've only created a few videos so far about this, but I have a whole set of things I filmed throughout the pregnancy, throughout um, having the baby here out in the world. And I guess it was such a learning experience for me that I wanted to share with other moms. I was so naive every step of the way. I didn't grow up with babies around me or small children, other than, like my brother when I was a small child. But like, I'm not used to how it is to be a mom, really. And so it's been such a learning curve for me. And I feel like there's probably other women out there like that. And I guess. I remember so many of these YouTube videos that helped me so much through the miscarriage, through the pregnancy, and through now having a child. Um, it was just like, I don't know how I do it without YouTube. So I just wanted to share what I've experienced, try to help people out to some degree, whatever I can. One thing I've learned is that every mom has a totally different perspective and view and I mean, we all have different circumstances, but also just like how they want to be a mom, or even how they want to have a birth. Like every step of the way is so unique to everyone. But the few things that I learned from a very select few videos, which I'm going to share with people and share the knowledge that I found, and it was like little golden nuggets that I found on this journey, and that if I hadn't found it, I feel like either I could have died or the baby could have died, or just these all these terrible things could have happened had I not been told these few things that I don't know. I feel like it's not mass knowledge. I feel like it's not openly spoken about. That or like even not so like dramatic, just little things of like, I mean, I didn't know how many times that they ate a day. That is so silly. I know that that's something you can Google, but I did not Google it. And I thought, I think I was basing my knowledge based on what I'd seen older babies do or like babies in the movies. So I thought maybe they ate like three, maybe four times a day. I thought it was like 5, 10 minutes or something like that. Not maybe 15 minutes. The first few times he came from home from the hospital, it was like close to an hour. But that was partly because I mean, he didn't fully know how to nurse. I didn't fully know how to nurse. It wasn't necessarily nursing, it was actually pacifying. There's so much to it. I'm going into the details now. I don't even intend to. It's not what this video is about. That's okay. So the main point is that there was a lot I didn't know and a lot that I did learn, and I just want to share that with others. And that whole nursing thing, it's a good example of there's so much that is a yes at certain points. Like once they get a little older, it's a shorter period of nursing and it's quicker and it's easier. The first few months is different, and people told me they're like every time you think you've learned, oh, this is how it works, a couple of months goes by and then there's a whole new set of things to learn. Like in the beginning, he took bottles, no problem, hot, cold, any kind of bottle. Like he was not picky at all. Right now, he will not take a bottle at all. I'm still trying. I'm still like, maybe because it is a lot to be the only one nursing him. He is almost about ready to do solids. Like we're doing some purees, a little bit here and there. It's very messy. It's very difficult, in a different way. But I'm like, hey, okay, at least if nothing else, if I leave him with someone, here's some applesauce. But he used to take formula. Like if I had to in a pinch, I would use formula. And now that's a whole other story. and or pumping. Oh my gosh, that's a whole journey. Everything is a whole journey. So it requires many videos. But the long story short is that just like everything has a, it's true at certain points. So hopefully I can clear up a little bit of that and make it more obvious that like, okay, at certain points, certain things work, and at certain points, other things work. And also, it works differently for different babies. So everything's going to be basically from my experience, and your baby might be totally different. But what I have found is that when enough people share what their experience is with their baby, you can start to piece together what might be true for yours. So hopefully there's some value in that. And if it nothing else, like not just how to take care of the baby, but just like how to take care of the mom. Like you are a mom now. Um, that's a crazy experience. I'm sure I'm still going to feel totally different about it in a couple of months to a couple of years. I've heard that it takes about 2 years or so, 2.5 years to really step into the mom role. I kind of feel like I'm playing a character in a play right now. But then again, it's like it's every day, all day. Like I mean, it's hard to escape. So, and I say it a lot. I think that that helps. I tell him I'm your mom, or try and teach him mama, which he right now he doesn't know what he's saying. I can tell he's not totally like grasped that he's saying it, but he's saying mom, 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 which when he's happy is so cute. And when he's sad and upset, it's just heartbreaking. He goes, mom, 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 mom. Like if he's, in the car and we have a few more minutes till we get home or something. It is just heartbreaking. Um, so I don't know if he fully knows what he's saying. And he's starting to say dada. Same thing. He's kind of just, I think, practicing the different vowels, and he notices sometimes that he gets a reaction out of us when we say things like that. And we'll see. I mean, it'll soon he'll know if I say this word, it gets her attention, and he'll connect the two. He's so close to being able to say mom and dad and to be able to crawl. And then he'll be able to walk. Like it's just so crazy. He's the most babyish he's ever gonna be. And I can tell already that he's starting to get too big to like sleep on my chest. It's heartbreaking. But all of this is where I'm at right now, and um, it all started from this moment when we were in the hotel room, just finding out that we were pregnant, and it all worked out. So I hope I hope that it all works out for you. I think that one way or another, if you're in the hard part, just have faith that it'll all happen the way it needs to. I know that's hard to hear sometimes. And if you're pregnant, again, it will happen the way it needs to. And if you've just had the baby, yeah, I mean, it's a journey. And I had no idea. I was so clueless, and I can appreciate it so much more now. And when you do get to the other side, there's like this mom club. There's like this understanding, and they'll call out to me and be like, I see you. Like, oh, I see you're doing this hard thing. They'll say sweet things. Um, it's amazing. I had no idea about this mom club. Like it's, an unspoken thing. But uh, if you haven't already gotten there, you will get there. And um, yeah, just I guess sending all of my love to all the other women out there who are going through this journey. It is a hard one and an exciting one. And there is such a mix of a good and bad, or hard, maybe I should say instead of bad. But there's wonderful, amazing things, and there are hard, sad, tragic, breaking, heartbreaking things. But I guess that's life. And wherever you're at, I'm just sending you all my love. So before he wakes up, I'm gonna go. I can't actually believe I got this long. So uh, keep watching and subscribe and like if you would like to watch the journey, because I'm gonna share it all. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.